Welcome to issue 60 of the official PlayStation Magazine's Underground DVD. In this issue, see what happens when animation powerhouses Disney and Square team up to bring you the fantasy adventure Kingdom Hearts. Go behind the scenes with a development team of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. We give you a sneak peek into the future of online gaming on the PlayStation 2. And don't forget to check out all the cool moves, downloads, and demos in the vault. They're two of the biggest names in their fields. When you think of role-playing games, you think of Square. And when you think of animated films, you think of Disney. So when we heard that they were teaming up to create a new game that combined their strengths, we couldn't wait to find out more.
This started out through an elevator ride. So Square's offices are in the same building as our offices in Tokyo.
I've heard some people saying Square was the initiator. That story has been circulating around. But that's not quite what happened. Disney initiated it. The offer came to our producer first. When Sakaguchi-san and the Disney producer were talking about vague production ideas for this project, I happened to run into them and heard about it. So I told them that I might have some good ideas.
So we started talking about ideas about a Mickey RPG or other types of things, and ideas started flying around. So when we finally got to an idea that we all agreed with, we said, hey, this is great, let's go. And then Square put their, as usual, incredible resources against the title and came out with magic, I think.
Wow! The two powerhouses have created a totally unique game, one that combines the world of Disney with the sensibility of a Final Fantasy game.
Disney movies each have their own unique worlds, such as Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, Tarzan, and so on. The world of Kingdom Hearts combines those Disney worlds together into one world, as well as some new worlds.
If
I would express it in one word, it is about heart. The main character Sora travels around the Disney world and discovers its true meaning.
Kingdom Hearts is about a character named Sora who lives on a little island and is always aspiring to go out and be an adventurer and see the world and do all kinds of wonderful things. And he does this with two friends of his, Riku and Kairi, and they sit around and they talk about how great it would be to adventure out.
So they plan an adventure to see the world using a small raft. Each character has their own thoughts and goals about the adventure. But the day of embarkation, a storm hits the island. Not a natural storm, but a mystical one.
And that's when he becomes involved with Donald and Goofy, who are in the Disney universe, both the magician and the court guard. And they're off to find their King Mickey, who has disappeared. No one knows where he is.
Along the way, Sora ventures through 10 different worlds and meets over 100 Disney characters. He also encounters the Heartless, a new enemy created by Square.
The Heartless are shadows that were originally born from the dark side of the heart. They do not have hearts and attack those that do.
They are darkness, if I express them in one word.
Like the name tells you, they do not have hearts. They are enemies that appear everywhere. I wanted to create motion that has never been seen in any other game. They move like bugs or animals. Definitely not like humans.
And they have a world that is being sucked dry of resources. So they get smart and they try to suck the resources, the magic and the happiness and the goodness from the Disney worlds. So Sora and our adventurers, Donald and Goofy, go off in order to defeat the Heartless, bring equilibrium back to the universe, and happiness and magic will forever live on.
The differences between Disney-style animation and the Japanese style that Square is famous for presented the game's designers with a major challenge.
Prior to actually getting into the production process, I had told Disney that I would not intentionally alter any of the new Square character designs, just for them to fit into the world of Disney. I did not think it was necessary. Besides, there are already dissimilarities along Disney character designs. For example, Donald and Tarzan don't blend together well. So I did not force myself to adjust my designing style, as long as the color and the feel of the characters matched and wasn't awkward when seen on screen.
However, the three main characters, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, travel through all of these worlds. So we tried to maintain some consistency so they would blend well together while sustaining their visual independence. I was unsure about the Nightmare Before Christmas world and the Winnie the Pooh world in the beginning stages of production. They are both so distinct that I thought of changing the styles of the three main characters as well.
With that issue sorted out, the designers then turned their imagination to the Disney characters, where they were allowed to do something that's practically unheard of, embellish their appearance for the game.
We received a set of guidelines beforehand, but they asked us not to add anything that did not originally appear in the Disney cartoons. Tarzan carries a spear in the original movie, so that was no problem. Donald was allowed to carry a stick, and Goofy has a shield, but they did not permit us to let them carry swords or anything like that.
We suggested the change of costume. Our director, Nomura-san, drew image illustrations for Donald and Goofy in the Little Mermaid world, and we discussed the designs with Disney, who approved them. Other costumes were drawn based on rough sketches by Disney. Nightmare Before Christmas world is not an ordinary Disney world, so the key was how well we could blend Disney characters, such as Donald and Goofy, into this particular world.
Working on the Disney characters was a challenge for the Square team, but it was one they enjoyed.
We animators consider Disney an inventor of film animation. Disney is the original animation company and is always in everyone's mind. I'm proud of myself, accomplishing our job and also being part of a Disney project.
Obviously, we have a lot of knowledge that's kind of part of the deal of being with the Walt Disney Company about the characters and the worlds, but we tried to share with them. So we had little chalk talks. We connected them with some of the animators from the Walt Disney Company from feature animation and told them a little bit about what the motivation was for the character.
Disney offered a class for a day. We learned the basics of how a Disney film is made. After that, I watched tons of videos since each movie has a different feel. I was watching nothing but Disney videos for 6 months. I studied the characteristics of each character and then delivered them into the game.
And I think that's really displayed beautifully in how well they animated the characters in 3D. They move just like they're 2D animated in a lot of ways. And so those chalk talks I think really paid off.
After spending a considerable amount of time with the Kingdom Hearts team, we couldn't help but wonder what Walt would think of Square and Disney's latest creation.
I would only hope that Walt and everyone else that were involved in the Walt Disney Company for all those years and created such a wonderful legacy would be proud and really excited about how innovatively this product will go out there and how creatively it pushed the limits.
Be sure to check back next month as we take a closer look at the gameplay of Kingdom Hearts. In August 2002, Sony will expand the entertainment horizon of the PlayStation 2 by introducing the network adapter, allowing you to connect to gamers across the country for online play. And if you're anything like us, you want to know all about it. So we thought we'd ask the folks at Sony a few questions.
People have very high expectations of what a networked console should offer them. So really our philosophy is to try and offer exactly the same very visceral, challenging experience that they've had offline and really carry that into the online space.
The great benefits of online gameplay is that you move into this new world of infinite possibilities. The competitive environment becomes a lot richer and more intense because it's dynamic. Now you're playing against real people, whereas before you're relying on, AI-controlled opponents. So we're adding a new dimension to the overall PlayStation 2 entertainment experience.
No one has really offered before a one-stop solution for people to have internet connectivity in their games with a single device.
The network adapter consists of both an analog connection as well as an Ethernet connection. So right out of the box, if you have an existing ISP that is narrowband with the phone cable, you can take that, use your account, and be able to play the games online. If you already have a broadband connection or later you decide to upgrade to a broadband connection, you can do that as well.
At launch, we want to offer a play-for-free model so all of our consumers can enjoy content for free besides the cost of a retail game, but there are no additional fees associated. The network adapter also includes a coupon for a free copy of Twisted Metal Black Online.
Many of our users have their own ISPs, and we want to be able to give that flexibility that they continue to use their own ISPs and be able to play their games without having to register for a Sony account.
We're really offering the consumers the maximum amount of choice as to how they access the content and the kinds of content that they want to play.
If a consumer wants to join an online game, all they need is the game itself. Once you connect to the internet using your PlayStation 2, you will go to a lobby that's individual to that particular game. If you take Frequency, for example, you would enter the Frequency lobby and you can see who's online and who's playing, and you could choose to either join a game or host your own game. Launch, the games that Sony will have available are Twisted Metal Black Online, SOCOM, US Navy SEALs, and Frequency. And then later down the road with ATV2 Off-Road Fury. We've received great third-party support, including Sierra's Tribes Aerial Assault, a first-person shooter from IDOS called Time Splitters, the famed franchise from Activision, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, and we're especially pleased that we have the online console exclusive of Madden NFL 2003. You can check the demo out on the startup disc or see the full retail version close to the launch of the network adapter. The number of players online depends on each individual software title. So for example, in SOCOM, you could have up to 16 people playing online in one game. In Twisted Metal Black Online, you can have 8 players in a broadband game or 2 players in a dial-up game.
Of course, a very important feature is text chat, but we also have voice chat, being able to communicate with the other player that's sitting in another state by voice.
Hey, Nude, don't cross the water. You won't make it across. Oh! Dead man walking.
Hopefully in the future we'll have video chat as well. The developers are looking into being able to download a new level of games and new characters. Just think about having an extra special level that you only can get it online.
Down the road, we really think that the tremendous opportunity is to really place PlayStation 2 at the heart of a new broadband experience for the consumer that will comprise much more than just video games and online gaming, but also will involve movies and music and the ability to download photos, to create photo albums, and be a complete online entertainment experience.
How should I describe Sly Cooper?
He's charismatic,
Suave, debonair,
Cool, adventurous.
Sly Cooper is charming thievery.
We started with the idea that we wanted to do an action game where the primary character was a thief.
We very early on wanted to make a game that looked and felt like a cartoon, but was one step closer to realism rather than flat and graphic.
When you look at the game, initially, the first thing that draws you in is the beautiful art style and the lush, very, very lush look of the environments. But when you actually play the gameplay itself is lush as well.
It's not about just how the game looks, it's about how the game plays and how the player experiences it. And it's all about having fun.
When we designed the game, we made it so that you really have to figure out how to think in a stealthy way. And to beat the game, you're gonna have to learn how to do a lot of things in a stealthy way.
The designers, I think, have done a wonderful job of giving players the experience of sneaking and being a thief, and at the same time making the designs accessible to people so that you don't need to be a super gamer in order to play it, although there are tons of things that are in the game for those people.
The genre is such that you have to really excel in every single phase of the game. You can't just have great art, you can't just have great code, you can't just have great characters, you gotta have it all.
Sly is cool, he's collected, he's adventurous.
Sly is Sly. It is not a misnomer.
My name is Saul, and I'm a tip writer here at SCA. Today I'm going to show you a cool move for the game Monsters, Inc. for the PlayStation 2. I'm going to show you how to get all the monster mice in the level Garbage Disposal. Head over to the pool of green water and locate this trampoline right here. Do a double jump to get to this one, and once again to get to this one. Double jump one more time to the platform up here, and scare this monster mouse right here. Double jump off here and slide down the cable, and you'll drop down to another monster mouse. Scare that guy. and drop down here. Scare the next monster mouse and do a double jump off this trampoline right here onto this moving platform. This is going to take you to the last two monster mice. Scare this guy and scare this guy, and there you go. Even though you did get caught by the CD agent there, you've now scared all 5 monster mice. Now that you've scared all 5 monster mice, all you have to do is collect the 5 scream canisters and complete the level. That will unlock a bonus movie clip for you. Enjoy!
My name is Anthony Bellin and I work for SCEA. I'm going to be showing you a cool move from Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. There's a cute little Easter egg where if you get through the game fast enough, you'll see the Marines in their underwear. When you reach the end of the first level, if you're fast enough moving through the level, you'll get this Easter egg. Snake is going to start off on this raised platform and you'll need to climb him down these ladders to get you to the floor where the Marines are going to be. You got to be very quiet to get through here quickly. Once you reach the floor, you're going to come across at least 3 guards that you need to take out in each room. Go into first-person perspective and take out the guard. Quickest way to get rid of the guards is to use your dart gun. And you also will need to sneak past the projectors without being seen. Don't forget to look for extra ammunition in hidden places, as you'll run out of darts quickly if you're not careful. Be sure that when you're walking across the metal plates positioned behind these platforms that you walk very slowly. If not, the guards will hear you.
But this project is vital to the Marine Corps.
Watch out for this next guard coming up. If you shoot an enemy in the neck with your dart gun, it'll drop them faster.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete.
Once you're in the second room, you'll need to turn to your right, take out the first guard by the projector, and watch out for the moving guards. Also note, there are 2 projectors in this room. When the projection switches from side to side, the Marines will start looking in the direction of the new projected image. Be sure that you're not standing where they're looking.
Father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty.
Each guard has a very set route when they're walking their perimeter. So if you want to, wait for them to stop and then take them out.
Left. Right. Down.
If you have to stop anywhere, be sure that you're behind something, just in case everybody looks your direction. If you get through this room fast enough, without being seen, the next cutscene that will play, the Marines will be standing in their underwear.
In the end of the 20th century, projected to completion in 2005. However, the
Metal Gear.
Well, there you have it, the Marines in their underwear. Metal Gear Solid 2 is full of different Easter eggs like this one. The faster that you get through the ship level at the beginning of the game, the more likely you're going to get this Easter egg. Have fun with Metal Gear Solid 2. I thought it was a great game. My name is Anthony Bellin and I work here at Sony. I'm going to be showing you a cool move for Drakan. This is getting to the chicken that lays the golden egg. Best time to go after the chicken that lays the golden egg is right after you complete Shadowmire. At this point you'll have Arok in the game. What you'll need to do is mount Arok, get him into the air, and fly southwest past Jade's tower, through this outcropping of rocks over here, toward this island in the middle. Once you get past the first raised area, turn Arok around and land him. Right there is a cave entrance. The chicken is inside of the cave. Engage the chicken in combat.
Look at the back on this thing. Nice, chicky.
The chicken is tough, so if you have any magic spells, I suggest that you use them. It will attack you and it does quite a bit of damage. But once you kill the chicken, out comes the golden egg. Now the golden egg is worth 1,000 gold pieces. Early on in the game, it's a little bit hard to come by money, so this could be your cash cow. So now that you know where the chicken is, if you happen to need some extra cash, go get that golden egg.